So I'm glad that you're back. Thank you very much. I hope you are watching me anytime, whenever you are. Um, yes, I'm just looking for some small information here, and then we can start off. So, all right, information was not helpful. Yes. So I kindly welcome you back again. I hope you really kind of, I've not yet seen some followers, but that would not break my heart. I hope one time, one day, one time will come, one person will come up, approach my videos, and maybe you will start sharing them, you will start going through them, debating through them, and mostly that you will start understanding what I'm talking about. That is the most important thing of all. So today I'm here, you know, to talk about my mission is to talk about the life in Europe. Generally, on that side, what people are not telling you about what we are going through, you know. That is the most important part, because the most part what we're seeing on the websites or on the media on the media is about how nice life is, how nice everything is. We wear nice clothes, we put on nice shoes, we go shop designer parfums, we put on everything is just perfect. You know, we drive nice cars, we eat good. You know, everyone, no one is going to post you a video of how they are working, how their working place is. Likewise, no one will post you a video how it looks home. You know, how it looks like. Everyone will post a video or a picture when they're in a nice place, you know, a place where you can show to people, you know, seeing and being seen, you know, that's what I call it. You know, they want to be seen and they want to see. They want, you know, so everyone is going to post a video apparently just according to where they are, you know, where it feels good, where it feels great, where it feels, you know, where the world can say, oh, that was nice, that was a nice place, perfect, you know. That is what everyone is going to post about. They will forget, or they will not forget actually, but no one will tell you about what it is really, where they are living, you know, and how they are living, you know. No one is going to come out and tell you, hey, we live like this, my home is like this, you know. That is really very, 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 very few people who will tell you about that. I'm honest, you know. Or very few people will come about and tell you how their working place is, you know, where they are working. They will definitely, you know, those someone who will show you his working place might be maybe a doctor, someone in an office, or the, you know, these are the people who will show you where they're working. But in general, no one is going to show you about where they work. No one is going to show you where they live exactly. When they are home, they will make videos when they are sleeping in bed. You know, when they are, for example, when they are sitting in a, on a sofa or on a stool, they will make a, they will just show you the face and just a small, something. They will not show you what is in that room, what is in that house, what is inside. Just when they live in a big house, a mansion, a thing like that, that's when they're going to show you, hey, this is where I live, this is how I live, But that is not the case by all, That's not the case by all of us. It's not that we all live in such a life, And the life what we put on the internet, on the media, is most of the times it's not what we're living. It has nothing to do with how we live. So this is why I'm coming up to tackle these things, these themes. What are we in Europe? What are we in diaspora? Where are our positions? Where do we live? How do we live? What do we do? How do we do things? That black side, what no one is telling you, is what I'm coming to tell you here. I will be proud, I will be happy if someone will come out and start sharing these videos, because it's really helping us. It will help you if you are not yet, if you are not yet come to Europe. It will help you to prepare yourself. To help you to think twice on that picture what you're being given. And for all, I want to help you that you don't make the same mistakes what most of us have done, or what most of us have gone through. I wish that all what most of us have done, or what most of us have gone through. I wish that all the ones who are coming, that they are making the best out of their lives, and they are really concentrated and have a knowledge behind why they are here, and also have a reason, that they have they are proud of what they're doing, and they have a scene of exploring that place where you are, because most of us, it's not just that we just are lonely because we want, but we don't want to mingle sometimes. I've talked about this several times. We don't want to mingle ourselves with the rest, because we think they are not that, we think we are special, or we think they are non-friendly, or we think they are not like this, they're not like that. Understand what I mean? So this is why I'm here, and this is why I want to really give you a picture of what we are going through in diaspora, that hidden side, what no one is talking about, what no one is showing you about. That's what I'm coming here, and I want us to tackle a lot of themes what you will really discover. You will discover our life that is not that what we are talking about. For example, I will come out. I am a person who have accepted my life, how I live it, and how it is. For some, it will be rather hard to come out. For example, putting on a t-shirt and going to social media or talking like this, because they will want to show you I am someone, I am something. So they want first to make themselves to look like kings and queens, perfect, but it is not. It is not perfect. So today I want us to talk about exactly our life as singles, life as not having partners in diaspora. What are the, what we go through, you know, what do you go through as a single person in diaspora? How is life? How is that life? How does life treat you? What challenges do you face? You know, does it have advantages? Does it have disadvantages? This is what I want us to look at today. And I welcome you once again. And I say to you, if you have not seen this video, please try your best. Look at it, listen to what I'm saying, comment on it, send it to someone, look at it, listen to what I'm saying, comment on it, send it to someone. You don't have to like it, you have to just send it to someone. Maybe someone will pick interest, maybe someone, it will concern someone, you know. So that is what my topic is today, is to talk about life as a single in diaspora. Yes, that's a very, 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 very how should I say, very delicate theme if you talk about it with many people, because no one will really want to tell you exactly what they go through, but this is the truth, what they go through. So once again, welcome you, and just give me a chance, listen to what I'm saying, comment on it, and make it move. Thank you very much. So how is it? How is life as a single in the diaspora? What are the challenges? I want you once again. Let's talk about it. Let's give it time. Let's give it our knowledge. Let's understand it. But first, let's first dig into that theme. We'll look about why are we single and why do we choose to be like that? Is it our choice? Is it the nature? Is it the Schicksal? Is called, is it the destiny? You know? So we need to ask and answer these questions. And there is where the interesting part is going to be. So, why are we single? First of all, we're single first because we didn't come with our partners from home. Sometimes maybe we left our partners. Sometimes we are single because we didn't leave any partner outside, but because we didn't find yet a partner. We have not yet found Mr. or Mrs. Right. Why are we single? We have not yet gotten the ground to get married, but single. And these are the things what we always mistake. You know, being single doesn't doesn't mean that there are some people who are like that. They'll say, "I've not yet got the bottom to marry, to get married, to start a family, to start." Yes, I can understand that. I can understand that, but it's again not. It's not a must that you have first to be married to get a lover to be in a relationship. A relationship, you can be in a relationship even when you are not married. That is quite normal. But we sometimes choose it like that as an excuse. I'm not yet settled that as an excuse. I'm not yet settled. I've not yet, I'm not yet ready to get married or to find a partner or to do this. These are all excuses. They're all excuses, But none of the excuses is wrong. I might say. So it's not that you're wrong. I don't want to prove you wrong. Just that after some time, for many people, it tends then to be growing. It grows until when the years come by, and you find yourself not finding the right age, or not finding the right time, or not finding the right mechanism of that love, what you want, or you know the time, and then time sometimes grows that you also at the end, one time you come to an end where you're like, now I'm so old for that, so where are the problems? The problems are that what we think that we want, because sometimes we put so much value of that what we think we want, and we ignore what our lives, because we wanting and our lives wanting, and what the majority are going to say about what they want, what the community wants. This is where we always make these big mistakes, and we find out at the end we don't have partners and we live singles. Because sometimes you might find a person that is now not of discouraging people of what they're doing, but putting yourself onto work. I'm a working person, I'm just working, but putting yourself onto work. I'm a working person, I'm just working. Yes, you can work, but finding a partner or finding love, you also have to find some time for it. You have to have time for everything. You can't just say, I'm just working. You can't just say, I'm just finding time to work. You find time to work, then you're forgetting yourself. How about yourself? And then the other part is Europe is so boring sometimes, because you might be renting something. You rent an apartment, and the life here is not like in Africa, where you go out and you have a life around you. You can choose a partner easily, or you can just talk with anyone you want. No, as here, not this. That is not the case. Here you might be living in a neighborhood and you really don't know your neighbor. Sometimes, for those who live in cities, in tall flats, I'm happy I don't live like this anymore. But I've lived it also. You might stay in a flat where you live with a person next door, and you can live until when the ambulance stands on the door and they tell you your neighbor is dead, or you see they're taking a dead body out. And you ask yourself, you have not even seen your neighbor. Or your neighbor, you don't know him. You live 20 years there and you don't know each other, but you live every day, and it's just those are part of you. So it's a very big thing that life is it's a monopoly. It's like you're just on your own. It's too much on ownership. You're just on your own, and what you own, you're you, and that is why it's always we have problems here in diaspora, that the children or the people are grown up with that is mine, that is mine, that is mine, that is mine. We were not brought up like this in Africa. We were brought up that you belong to the community. You are not, nothing belongs to you. It belongs to everyone. If it's something to play with. We're just now adapting these things in Africa, to start buying children things just of their own. They're not allowed to share it with their friends. You know, that is your toy. You don't have to share it. It is just yours. We are beginning to adapt these things home. You know, but before that, we used to really play around. You know, everyone used to play with each other's toys, because actually we didn't have enough. We didn't have a lot, but we had to use that, you know, to share that what we had. And there was no ownership. There was no ownership. You know, if you owned something, it was really maybe you owned just your trouser, you know, or your pair of shoes, but you didn't own anything. But here, life is to own. You know, so you grow up in, you get used to that. Your four walls, they are your belongings. They are, you have your belongings, and that is yours. So everything what is out there turns to be uh, shit okay, you know. No bother. I don't bother. I don't mind. I go to my work, I work, and afterwards I come home, I sit, I'm in my territory, I don't bother, I don't mind. You know, I don't give a damn. So that is mine. That is what we learn here. Unfortunately, we are taking that back to Africa now. We are adapting, we are starting to adapt it, to take it home with, to start showing the people that that is the lifestyle, the perfect lifestyle. We're starting to cross children in the rooms to study the whole day, like in Europe. You find now in Africa, children are sitting in the sitting room the whole day, because they are taking it as a modern way of living. Especially, it is my children; they are just home. You know, think about what you're doing to your children and what you lived. Yes, you might think now you are protecting them, but you're digging for them a hole. You're digging for them a hole. You're building for them prisons. You're putting them on cuffs, invisible cuffs, because you think you're giving them a protection, kind of protection. And that is now what we're growing up. You know, that's how Europeans or Western cultures have gone through, that till now they have forgotten all about humanity. You know, we have grown with humanity in Africa. We have grown with humanity. We used to take care of each other. But now it's dying out. We used to be there for each other. Now it's dying out. Everyone is starting now to be to have a, you know, the reason. Let me tell you one thing. Why in Europe is like that? That you find children sitting in the house the whole day, because of the seasons. The seasons. We have a season where it is really, really cold. A season where it is really, where it is just, yeah, you know, you can't imagine going outside. You can't go outside, you know. So you find yourself, when the children in that time, you have just to do indoor activities. You can't do anything outside. You have to do indoor activities. You're forced. It's not because you want, you are forced. You come back home, you know, you have a garden, you have outside, you can sit outside, but you cannot sit outside. You can't let the children pray outside, because it is cold. Then cold. It's like in a freezer. You can't send them outside. The only thing you can do is to go out, you know, to go out just with intervals just to get some fresh air and then come back inside, just in an interval, 2 minutes. Sometimes they refuse, they don't want it. It's too cold. And for you in your sunny temperatures, you put your children inside because they have to have a tablet, because they have to sit and watch the TV, because they have a nice sofa they have to sit inside. They don't even go to the compound that is outside. So what are you copying? What do you mean? What are you copying? People, let's copy something useful, not that bullshit. Let's copy something what is really bringing us forward, but not to put a life inside. That's bullshit what you're doing. So let's copy some things which are useful. That is not the topic, but it is a wideness of how this theme is, why we end up being single. So, and this is now the thing, what this was just an go ahead or something wide, because the theme is wide. It includes all those reasons why we are, and that's some of them. So, but I'll be pinpointing out some of few, and later on we shall maybe in other programs try to find time to resolve them, to also dig them out and hack them to see that we solve them also. I will talk about them deeply. So, okay, that's now why we are single, because the life itself tells us, like now what I'm told, or what I've told you, you are in winter. It's not that most of that everyone lives in a city life. City life of a city life is a different life. City life is a different life. If someone lives in a city, they have a different life. They go to work, they come back home after, after they come back home, they have to go for dinner outside. They have to go to drink with friends. They have to go to, outside to eat. They have to go. Think this is the city life, but it's not the life on the countryside. On the countryside, things are a little bit different. Yes, you can decide, you can say, I'll be also coming to work, from work, I go meet some friends. But on the countryside, it's a little bit more personal. You need to know people. You need to know really people of your how should I say, people who you trust. You really need to be knowing the people really good, to go out with them, to hang out with them. It's not just like in a city, you go and hang out and you meet any strangers and talk with them. It's, on the countryside, it's a little bit different. So you might end up, when you're living on a countryside, you might be living in a small village where you don't have a discotheque, where you don't have no bar, no nothing. So when you come back, just have to sit down and enjoy. Bring some food and cook and sit down and enjoy your food, and cook and sit down and enjoy your silence in your room. That's why you see the people from diaspora, they will be having like 24/7 there on internet. You understand? They're on YouTube, they're commenting, they're on this channel, they're on this, they're on this, they're on this, they're on this, they're on those. 24/7. Because it's when they come home, that is like the how you call it, it's relief from the stress killer, they call it, stress killer. That's why they watch a lot of videos, YouTube videos. We watch a lot of YouTube videos, because if you don't have a family and you're single, you have nothing to do, And that is where we start drinking a lot, you know. Find people drinking really over drink sometimes, because you're just alone, lonely, you know. But why are we lonely? We are lonely because we put ourselves the cuffs into ourselves. We put the cuffs onto on our hands, and we don't let ourselves go out of it, because we put ourselves on, like, I am African, for you, we have a lot of cultural beliefs. We have a lot of, I'm like that. That is me. That is that. Yes, that is you. Great to know. But you are in another country. You have to follow other procedures. You have to learn things new. Maybe you discover yourself different. You discover another kind of you, what you don't know, what you have never seen. Understand what I mean? So we put ourselves, our price so high. We put our price so high, but our level so low. You know, it doesn't balance. You know? We believe, which is not, which is also right. But at the end of the day, you find the men are the same. They are seated in their room. The ladies are seated in their room. They're just meeting on they sit on TikTok now. Is the perfect meeting place for every kind of behaviors, every kind of talks. Seated them, they just pass time. They have nothing to do. Most of them are singles. Most of them are divorced. Most of them are living just their life, go to work, come back and eat and stay home. It's a misery when you look deep into it. It's a misery. It's a misery. They get, we start then getting old, and sometimes we get old and we reach an age where we cannot really definitely say that we want now to get married. These are lies. The whites used to do it like that. When the ladies got emancipated, they decided to first, now I first choose work, career na phone, career in front, first go for career, blah, blah, and then later I will get children, and then later comes, but in this time when they are taking, when they are doing careers, they're using tablets, anti-baby pills. So they use them from when they are 18 until when they are 35. And with 36, now they say, now I want to get a child. And then it comes a really big problem. Some of them don't, it's not possible anymore. That's a sad story of it. Now I've seen also a lot of Africans are falling into that same category. They reach a certain age where they want now to get a child to conceive, but they have destroyed their bodies. They have destroyed their bodies. It's not anymore in the good stand. And then they try, because if you have been eating pills since when you're 18 and you want to conceive with 35, 36, 37, that means you need your body to relax back, to come back to normal with the hormones. Remember now, at 30s, after 35, you start now going to another category of, another century of life as a lady, and you want to start now there giving birth. But that means you have first to neutralize the hormones. Neutralize the hormones means you have first at least to get rid of these anti-baby pills for around 5 to 6 years, that your body can get back the rhythm, because they have been lied. It has been lied the whole time. So to get it back, to gain it back, you need at least 5 to 6 years. And now let's say you're 35, you want to start. You can't just say I'll put the pills, anti-baby pills down and I get pregnant. No, you definitely need some time. Until the 5 years are finished, you're already 40. And with 40, it's you've entered another era. So you have now to fight to get pregnant. You understand? It's happening now to a lot of blacks. This was a European way of thinking. They think like that, they thought like that, and at the end it didn't work out, and they start blaming themselves. Why? It's not of just of recently. There are coming a lot of reports about ladies who are now they're in their retirement and they sit down. They have been career women. They have been having positions. They have been fighting for positions to get a higher salary. They didn't have time for relationships. They didn't have time for making a family, and time went on, and it reached a time, and they went over that. And the sad story is they never realized it when they were still in that time to at least maybe give it a try. They never realized it because that is when they were on top of their careers. But they come to realize it when they go to retirement. That's the biggest mess you can do. Because they find themselves in retirement they have been having a seasonal man, a relationship of 2 months, relationship of 5 weeks, one night stand, just like that, and then they after when they were 40, then they wanted maybe to start a serious relationship, but the men in that category were now, oh nay, I don't want children, no, I don't want family. For them, they had already decided, and the ladies wanted maybe to have now a family life, and you don't find the right man at that age. And when you go to retirement, it's when you start blaming yourself, because you see the others, they have their grandchildren, they have their second great grandchildren. You are seated alone with your money. You have money you might have, but you're alone, you're single, bah, not even a rat can admire you, and that's not just by ladies. It's the same to men. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. A lot of men are dying alone in their single rooms because they have failed to take rest. They are afraid of taking responsibilities of family, of making a family, because they think they want to be free. I want to be free. When I want to go here, no one asks me where I'm going. No one wants to know where I'm going on. Yes, right. You can have it. You can have it. But believe me, one time that agony is going to come back. That karma will hit back to show you that you are alone on this world. You are alone on this world. So people don't think about what the future will bring to them. They think just about what they are today. Some people have been brought into that. They didn't want it. I know some ladies, they didn't want to. They had a partner, because they were after a wealthy man. They wanted the wealth. Excuse me. The man maybe was too old, had their own children. The man had his own children. You come as a young spouse, you're just like a party thing, just to make him happy. Children, family, or you find them not in the admire of having children, but you accept because you think you want. You know? You think you want that wealth, so you end up having also no children. You know, and then the other thing is why we face this agony is also because not of just that what we believe, but also that what, you know, sometimes what we had from behind, you know, what follows us. There are things that follow us, family things that are following us. You know, sometimes we're not aware of that, but it's also sometimes it depends. You know, there's some families they're really, I don't know, I can't say it is a curse, but there's some families it's hard to get a, you know, in that family to a person to get married or to get a serious partner. You know, there are those things you have to look into. That things you have to look into. How many people in my family are married? How are we married? You know, how is life? How is it going? You know, anyway, because it's very important for you to also make a survey, a search in yourself. You know, and then all of that comes, and then one time you have everything. You have that life, you have that, but you don't have happiness. You are not happy. You know, it's not. I'm not saying that those who have children are happier or that they're having it better or good or whatever. But there's a time when you have children, when you and you know when you have children, you cannot get bored. That is the truth. Life cannot be bored. You know, you don't have time to sit down you know on your bed and first you know your handy and make video sleeping. You know, you don't have that time. You can't get it. Can't get it. Something. Sometimes I wonder where you know that I even get some time to make a video, you know, and after family still, you know, but I do that because the family is also supporting me with that. You know, that the family supports me with that, you know. So it's a hobby where I'm proud about because it's not something where I have um, to prove a point. I don't have to prove to anyone a point. I just have to do it because I have the feeling it might help someone, you know. But we have now like um, TikTok. It's like a thing to prove I am the best, I am this, I am that, I am this and that. And that. But where we gain from it, we think we gain money from it, but we're gaining nothing out of it. We're just losing, you know. It's like they brought these things to destroy us completely, if even that less what we had on each other to get away. They want you to be like that. What do you think TikTokers, what do you think in their normal lives, what do you think it moves on? How they move on? You know, they have stress. They have stress. Life is stressful. Life is stressful. You know? So back to that theme. We are single because of our beliefs. That's one thing. We are single because of we want it. We're single because we want to prove our point, or because most of the times it's also coming out of disappointments. We were disappointed. A lot of people have disappointed us, so we decided to say no now. I'd rather be single. That's there. But you live an agony, you live a swampy life. It's weird to be single. When you're home, it's not a big deal. Although one time it comes also to come a big deal. When the years go by and you're still single, you tend to come also a person who just in the community start taking you as different. You understand what I mean? Okay, we're not doing things for the community. Let's do things for ourselves. But it comes to an age when you need someone in your life, someone who knows you, someone who understands you, someone who you can lean on. To wake up just with that heart and you have someone, on your side. And not just to wake up and have just what you have in your head, what you have. It's not so. It's okay for some time, but not for us. It's not okay for us. It can't be. It can't be. For home, it's no problem. Maybe you have your family members, you have this, you have friends, good friends. You take time till when you come to realize that it's not good for you being single. But it takes time. But here in Europe, it takes no time until when you realize. So it's really a good thing. I do not want to tell everyone you have to get married or you have to have a partner, you have to have what, but it's for your welfare to say, to find a person in your life if you are not home, if you're outside of home, to find a person, that person who you can make your best friend. Because even friendships here in Europe, in diaspora, everywhere, they are difficult to make. So you end up that in a corner that your wife or your man, your husband, ends up to be your best friend. So it's your husband and he's your best friend. She's your wife and she's your best friend because she knows you better. You know her better. You sit and talk about every kind of things what you want to talk about. You understand what I mean? These are now your best friends. Now you have to be best friends. When we're in diaspora here, we can't say that is my best friend. My best friend is there. My best friend. No, your best friend begins home. Your best friend is your wife. Your best friend is your husband. That is the first. Then the second next best friend is from outside. Can be from outside. Once you have that, you will have this. You will not have this desire of looking here, looking there, looking there. Because you are settled. Your body is settled. It is sure that I go home and I have my partner. I'll go home, I have my best friend. I'll go home, I have my wife. She's my wife, she's my best friend. I have to go home, I'll go home, have my husband. He is my best friend, he's my man, he's my papa's children, the children from, the papa for my children. He's everything. You need that. It gives you a kind of security. Don't minimize it. It gives you a kind of security, you know. And don't, I know a lot of people have also this character of not having one partner. You have your wife and you have a girlfriend. You have your man and you have a girlfriend. I don't understand these two things why they are so important for all in the black community. I've seen it by many women who have elderly white men that they always have a side chick, a black guy on the side, you know. In a way or the other, I don't mind. I can understand what maybe you're going through what you need so. But on the sake of love, I would say solve one problem at once. Serve one master at once, not two at once. You understand what I mean? Remember, every master who you serve, who you're serving, has a DNA that he lives on you, that he has served you, that you have served him. Hmm? It's like a contract. He leaves a DNA in you. You know? And those DNA, don't think they are, some DNAs are wild. Gives you now let's talk about something which is weird. They will give you it's like forces, it's like spirits. We all have different spirits. So if you sleep with this person, you get part of his DNA. That means you have got part of his spirits. Sleep with the next one, you have his DNA. That's why you end up sometimes having different strange reactions on different things, or different behaviors on different things, because we carry a lot inside ourselves, what we don't take for serious, what we don't know. So take care of that. Take care of that. Take care of that. Single life means a lot of one-sided decisions. You decide always one-sided, and let me tell you, even if it is a project what you're doing, even if it's a business what you're doing, if you just have one-sided decision making, if you base it on that, at least you need to employ some other people who will help you to run it. If you're deciding, you yourself to just handle on your own, just solve it on your own, everything, because you don't want to share it with anyone, then you are likely also to lose it one time the same. You're going to lose it the same because you didn't trust anyone. When you do things together, when you do things with your partner, with your husband, with your wife, there's a kind of force that it brings. maybe you are not good in one thing. Maybe your spirits are not good in something, but the other person might have a chance of that, might have a spirit which is good for that. So that spirit will be brought together. It will function in that, and it will function. I know a lot of single men who have achievements, who have achieved a lot, but at the end of the day, no matter how much you have achieved, no matter how much you have made, at the end of the day, it get destroyed because you just depended it or based it on one decisions, on one side decision making. And at the end of the day, none of them have I seen they enjoy that what they have worked for. Or single ladies who think they have now worked a lot, they're now single, they want now to find a partner. It comes difficult for them because first of all they're insecure of everyone. They don't trust no one. Once you decide to live alone, there's a habit that you declare to yourself. You cannot trust person. And that is very bad, because trust is something what we always build. So if you say you cannot live with a person, you cannot stay with a person, it's like you cannot trust anyone. You cannot. You have crossed that thing, which is not so good. Which is not so good. Yeah. So it's an agony of living single, and the outcomes: drinking, misusing drugs, being lonely, having stress. That brings also stress. It brings you depression. Causes a lot of depression. A lot of people die in their houses when they are depressed because they do not have friends. They do not have anyone who will look up them. Sometimes even a small something can happen to you when it didn't have to come out to be so big. Maybe you you're unconscious and you fall down, but because you are single, you are alone, no one calls for you the ambulance, no one takes first aid on you, no one minds. You might sleep there until you don't wake up anymore because you couldn't. No one called for you help in the first moment. You're gone. You're gone. I've had that a lot. A lot of friends have gone through such, and they have died. They are died now. So, people, when we are outside, it's when we need to be together. You need at least someone, because this life here is hard to make friendship. So if it's hard to make friendship, then find a relationship. Find a relationship. Love someone. Learn to trust someone. Learn to let someone in your life. Learn to let someone in your life. Work on that. Work on that. Otherwise, life is can be really cheating. Give it a try. Give it a try. Give it a try. And I know you will all. You can really, you can say you want to you can say you want to be single. I can understand, but don't make it so long. try to come back to normal, to normalize, try to come back to a normal life and say, now I've gone through that, and now I have to come back and say, to neutralize your life. I beg you, I ask for that. Because I wish you all the best. Because I know in this running diaspora the way it runs, being alone is just calling for yourself a depression. The way it runs, being alone is just calling for yourself a depression. So that's a big theme. We shall still talk about it. That was just the beginning. That was, let's say, part one, the first part. But we shall still be talking about this till when we find solutions, till when I get you also here on the chat. I need you on the chat, that you come out and we chat. I need you to write for me what you think about that, and I need you to comment on that. Comment on that. Yeah. Otherwise, for today, next time I'll come out with a different theme, maybe, or I'll come with a continuation of this. I will first see how what I have on the plan and what I have on the board, and we shall be making all this continuation. Now we shall continue also from what we talked about last time. To continue from there, we shall see how we shall be going. Just do it. Just do it. Give it some time. And if you have not understood, just write me a comment. Criticize it, like it, enjoy it, but then leave me a comment on any way. That's how I will learn. And that's how I'll be also sure that I've reached the exact group that I wanted to reach out. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Inshallah. Bye-bye.